coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First carry, and he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down now, it's Hines, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
On second down, Freeman. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Third and long here for Mariota. He's going to fire, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
This is Ingram on first and 10. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a first and 10. From the gun, Love. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11.
At the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Come on. Ricky. Ready, go.
Off the play fake. Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we are.
From the gun, Mariota. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, D.
Mariota. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And some space here. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 48 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, it's Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state at Georgia. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
To throw on third down. Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
Got you, boy.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is taken at the 23. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. Making a full 2-touchdown lead now for the Titans. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now it's Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, it's Hines, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Titans on the Ringo. Titans on the Ringo. 3.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mariota throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
I hope you got your legs, because I'm about to take you through.
Throwing on 1st down. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
That's the way. Check, 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 check. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Love. Aguilar has it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Mariota to throw it. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves him with a ways to go on 4th and goal. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Catch up.
They run from the pistol with Ingram. And some room to work. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back to throw. Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, check. 4 down, let's go.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And coughed it up. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like? You realize the ball is loose.
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Let me know right now. You better bring. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
On 2nd down, Ingram. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
At the Falcons' 5-yard line.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
You're not ready. Check safety. Check 26. Kill. Check 52. Joker. Shoot.
On the counter, Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
I'm going back to you.
Throwing is Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, PI gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mike's 50.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This is Ingram. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Safety creep. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Twist. Rush in. Watch hard. Watch the ship. Hey, watch it.
They'll run here with Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 2nd and goal. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the 2nd half gets underway.
We got this.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 66. Look, ready, go.
To throw again. Love. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting.
There he goes, right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Naeem Hines, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Love. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Yep. Seam 6. Hustle. Let's go. Hustle.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Let's take it inside his own 40. Mariota now to throw on first down. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on second down. Love. Complete. Smith has it. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Love. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On first down, Love. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Ingram. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Third down.
Here we go. Wide, hey! I'll get him! Wide! Get him!
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off with great anticipation. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
They'll look to run with Ingram, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
Come on. 45. Mike, 45. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Operating from the gun. Love. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against?
Here we go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Hines. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It's 3rd and 1.
Three birds, three birds.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The Falcons send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, baby.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Buzz. 45 the mark. I got it. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Leo, watch the twist. Ready.
Ingram again. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, pick your game up. Check your hot read. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Whip, 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 whip.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one good for 33 and a 1st. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, 1 set, 1 set. Check right 54, right 54. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
From the gun, Love. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Love. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Right there, 54, right there. On the ball.
Operating from the gun. Love. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mariota. This complete to Jones. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Mariota now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing. Mariota. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Mariota now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. This is Hines. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Mariota now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They run with Hines. And an alley to run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Mariota. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We got 4.
2nd and 11. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A first down throw for Mariota. Going to throw right side here, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hines. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mariota, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Nyheim Hines. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Ingram. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now it's Ingram. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And it's third down.
Let's go. Check 37. Check 37.
Back to throw. Love. Over the middle, it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 23.
Here we go. 10 Tucson. Go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Get in the weight room. Shit. Check, zoom, fellas, let's go. 45 the mic. Hey, they're scared. Check, crunch. You're out. Check.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Ingram. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.